What's up, everybody? Are you ready to bring the pain this week? I am, and I'm ready to do it for drroto.com. Oh, yeah! That's how we're starting it off this week. It's the end of the week. It's getting crazy, but there's no other better day on a Friday than other to bring the pain. And of course, after this, I'm going to record my Ultra Contrarian Show because I am not scared to give y'all a lineup with only 4 teams. Hey, anybody want to be crazy like me? I'm a crazy guy. So guess what? Let's get crazy. Oh, yeah. Let's get right to it, right? So if you didn't check out my podcast earlier in the week, I gave out a lot of my game theory of what's going to happen. Again, Ravens versus Chiefs. Mark Andrews is back. This is going to be a slugfest. This game is going to come down to the running of Lamar Jackson and the arm of Patrick Mahomes. Of course, the Ravens have been playing great defense, but I did see the Rams chew up the Ravens. So if the Rams can chew up the Ravens, the Chiefs can chew up the Ravens. I picked at the beginning of this year, as I said earlier, the Ravens and the 49ers, because of my defensive articles, were going to be in the Super Bowl. They're close to it, all right? But right now, I'm looking at a Chiefs in San Francisco rematch, but everybody wants to see the Lions. I do too. I want my Uncle Carl. My Uncle Carl's so happy. This is the best his Lions has ever done since he's been born. So, it's like, and he's had to put up with my dad being a Packer fan at first, and then, of course, a Rams fan, then making his son, me, Mr. Heat Override, a Rams fan. So, it's just, he's been getting it all his years. He's always kind of followed the Rams as well, but now, when we're getting to it, we got to look at what's going on. So the Chiefs definitely are going to be opening it up. They had a really weird game. They did beat Buffalo. We already went over that. But listen, Buffalo would have been out of that game if Mecole Hardman wasn't having such a bad day. Now, he could be a sway. You're going to have to check out a bunch of my other stuff, a bunch of the other work, or head over to Dr. Roto, check out the rankings. They came up this week. Get to the subs only Discord. We got lineups and bets already in there. And they took $1,500 down last night in the hockey lineup that they gave out in the chat. So whatever you want to do, not make money maybe, you could stop by because that will pay off in the end. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I ghosted on that one. You like that? I know you people listening can't hear that, though. All right. So we're going to go with the Ravens over the Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win this game, though. Again, the Chiefs are not the underdog. Until you beat Mahomes in this game, you aren't owning Mahomes in this game. And that's it. And what's funny is that the Chiefs still will be great after this. This could be really the Ravens' last shot. For a minute until they get a team reconstruction or something like that. They have a good team. The defense is just awesome. But they still lack something in receiver. Zay Flowers brought it, but they need a big guy. They need someone like Rashee Rice, right? If they would have, it's just the way it looks down. So let's move to the next game. San Francisco versus the Lions. Everybody's on the Lions, right? But now we're getting Debo has had some limited practices. He is going to play, but it'll be limited. So that means they will pull him out. They will keep him fresh for the Super Bowl. That'll give him an extra week, which means Jennings could be a sneaky play. Of course, you're going to have to put Jennings on the lineup because there's really not that many people out there to start since some other people are missing out, like Raymond. Raymond is out for the Lions. That bumps up Williams. And I ain't going to say nothing about Josh Reynolds, but with Raymond out, that also, he's their punt returner and kick returner, special teams kind of guy too. And then, it's their trick packages. They bring him in. Well, all of that's going to go. But right now, I'm not even worried about that. It's all about Gibbs. We'll get to that, right? Again, my Ultra Contrarian lineup. Oh, yeah. Right? So I'm going to talk a little bit of the game structures right now. When you only have 2 games, it's almost practically a showdown slate. And you have to be crazy. You have to pick the guy that is going to score a touchdown. That's all he does. You literally just need 1 catch, 7 yards, touchdown, and hope that guy is under 15% owned because that will be the only way you will save salary because you're going to have to pay up. You've got to have some of these superstars. If you don't have any of these superstars, you're going to get left in the dust. You're going to need it. And the pay lines are going to be high. So that's another thing too with the, with this force. This is no different than a Sunday night and a Monday night slate. So, or a Monday to a Thursday night slate. So you know how that works. This is going to be the same day, right? So I'm gonna name off, of course, if you're gonna play the San Francisco Lions, you're gonna look at McCaffrey as your captain. And if you're on DraftKings, they're gonna penalize you for that. FanDuel don't. So put McCaffrey as your captain because it's all gonna work out for you. Andrews is a sneaky play at captain on DraftKings. He's gonna be a little cheaper. They'll price him up, give him that little thing, but at the same time, that'll allow you to get in Mahomes and Jackson because you're gonna need Jackson, but you're gonna need Mahomes too because you don't really know what part of the Chiefs offense is going to click. But Kelsey is going to be your next pick on that too, right? So Jackson and Kelsey also as the captain if you want to get in. But again, that's a FanDuel move, and that DraftKings, you're going to get taxed so much for any of those players. Hey, but you could probably roll a double tight end, throw in Noah Gray with Travis Kelsey, put Kelsey at the captain. Noah Gray should be able to help you save a little bit. There's another guy that I'll mention on my very contrarian lineup. So you will have to go listen to that show to get that guy. And in the end, Gibbs and St. Brown can also be on that. You could throw Kittle in as a captain. Again, when it comes to FanDuel, just put the best player in, man. Put Jackson in at captain for the one game. Put McCaffrey in at the other game. And you want to get crazy and throw some defensive captains. That sounds fun, but defense hasn't been really good. I mean, I called defense last week where I called Houston. They even got the touchdown. Remember I said that? I said, hey, Houston, can we get a touchdown? We would really like that. And guess what? It happened, but it only equated to 8 points on FanDuel, right? So again, that's a decent day for any other defense that doesn't score a touchdown or gets a lot of sacks. Again, it's hard to sack Jackson. So Kansas City isn't going to be about sacks. Kansas City needs to keep them into a slow-moving game, keep it methodical, control Jackson, and you could go from there. Because the running game should be able to be okay against the Chiefs. But again, if you've listened to me all playoffs and at the end of the year, the Chiefs defense has been practically one of the best playing units over that stretch of time. I'm not going to say that another team can't beat them out statistically or have more sacks than them statistically. But from what I've seen what the Chiefs have done over the time, running Pacheco and playing hard defense, that's good. But Pacheco getting banged up a little bit, that did worry me. So CEH is a play in those lineups as well. Now, I'm not going to do too much. I'm not going to keep your time too much this week. That's all I got for you on this show. Again, you have my game theory from beginning of the week. You have that podcast. You also have all the content at drroto.com. But let's not forget about the macho pick of the week. What are you doing? You don't that. Yeah, I know you were thinking about eating the Slim Jim. You might eat 2 Slim Jims for this week, maybe 5 Slim Jims for this week. And if you win a lot of money, maybe buy stock in Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Because, man, it's Jahmyr Gibbs, bro. It's so weird. Jahmyr Gibbs, I've been on it. I have been dead on with Jahmyr Gibbs and his usage and his playbook. And that is why the Lions are where they are. If the Lions beat the San Francisco 49ers, it will be because of St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. It's not going to be because of Montgomery. And I do love Montgomery. And it doesn't say that Montgomery could get a big 50-yard run or do all of his crazy stuff, right? But at the same time, it was Gibbs' passing game. It was Gibbs' running game that took over that game for the Lions to win. So that being said, that's why we're going to go and we're going to look at Jahmyr Gibbs. Look at his catches right now. The last I checked, which was Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, Jahmyr Gibbs, like 3 catches was like a 460, something like that. So it could be more now. It could be more now. So you got to really, get those numbers sometimes early in the week so that they make sense when the game plays. Because when the game plays, they're going to run them all up. So, and you're going to have to check out. I got some things for you about like how you can bet in-game, live in-game betting. Man, I've been tearing that up too. It's kind of addicting. Some guys don't get the ball. You come up with still a yard short or two. But man, the payouts are way better. And if you parlay and you throw that live boost, they know what they're doing. And sometimes we know what we're doing. But hey, that's what we do. Jahmyr Gibbs, that's your play of the week. The price on both sides, I pay it all day, every day. So have a great day, everybody. If your team is in it, hope they win it. If they're not, hey, we'll see you next year like my Rams. Horns up, LA Nation, get the Dr. Roto. Check out the podcast later on tonight. We're going to have the Friday Night Lights. And that's how you're going to bring the pain to the competition. Ooh, yeah. May the points be with you. All of you. Yeah.